Money follows attention. If you can't get attention, you can't get money. Can I get your full attention right now? Your complete attention? Could I get it from you? You got to be everywhere all at the same time. To do that, you need money. You guys ready to 10X?
The reason that people pursue entrepreneurship is not about the greed of money, it's about the pursuit of personal freedom. Everybody in this room wants to be successful, and in entrepreneurship, the way to define success is you make money. And then eventually there comes a time in your life when you wake up and you say, shit, I'm rich. I never saw it coming. And I could do whatever I want. And most of the time what people do is work even harder because they like what they do. That's what entrepreneurship's about. It's setting yourself free to spend your time, your day in the things that you want to do. And the great part about it is nobody can tell you what that is. It's only you. That's the whole deal right there.
Well, I mean, to create freedom in any business that you open is the hardest part. Feels the best, tastes the sweetest, but you got to go through a whole lot in order to get to that level. And I tell anybody that is a part of any business, any team, is you got to appreciate. You got to appreciate one another. You got to want to be able to help others grow, evolve, mature. And you can't run a business like a boss. You got to run a business like a leader. You got to be able to get down and dirty. You got to lead by example. To get to that level of independence, it comes at a high cost. It comes with a lot of risk. It comes with a lot of haters, people that don't believe, people that say it won't, it can't, it will never, it's impossible, you're crazy, you're stupid. Why would you do that? It comes with a lot of that. But when you can take that noise and utilize it as fuel, as gasoline to the fire, then it becomes fun.
You have to have that North Star. You have to have that goal, and you have to go for it. And every time you get or hit an obstacle, you have to find a way around it, under it, through it, over it, but there is a way to get to the other side. You have to look at those obstacles as challenges. And once those challenges come forth, you have to take advantage of the learning experience they give you and also the opportunity. And opportunity is a big, big word because I take advantage of every opportunity. And people call me with business ideas. They say, I didn't think you were going to take my call, or I didn't think you were going to answer my email. Why not? I want to learn about what might be next.
Wow.
There's nothing I really want. I was saying this to my friend yesterday. So it's not really about money. It's about success and accomplishment. But being able to, it wasn't that long ago, 12 years ago, I couldn't afford a taxi in New York. And I knew what it was like to panic about bills. And I knew what that ATM looked like coming out with insufficient fund notices. And then it would triple down, double down, and then your checks would bounce, and then you'd have to pay all the fees. And then that's even worse because now you're into fees, which is why your bank account has no money in it anyway. So that's a bad feeling, and it's anxiety producing. And I don't have a safety net. I don't really have a family. I don't have a family. I didn't have anybody to rely on. So you got to do it on your own. And as a woman, not that I don't complain ever about being a woman, and I never talk about the difference between being a woman than a man, but back in my 20s, it was like, oh, well, you could marry someone, or you're gonna marry someone, or someone's gonna take care of you, and that's a safety net, and it never felt comfortable to me. So as a woman, it feels good to just be on your own and to work and to make it and to survive, and, money's a marker for that.
Champions are champions, not because they do extraordinary things, is because they execute the fundamentals better than anyone else.
Wow.
Okay? And the two things in my career, Grant, that I've noticed, there's two things that separate the good and the great, the boys and the men, and the pro and the amateur. Two things in baseball. One is fundamentals, and two is confidence. The same two are true for business. So if you want to be great at business, study, be a fundamentalist, and then you got to grow your confidence. And you grow your confidence by starting small.
I want to say congratulations to you for just being very, very smart, for also giving back to so many great causes. I mean, you're doing a remarkable job. So it's not just about me being 50 and 0. It's about what you do after you're 50 and 0 and what you did to get to 50 and 0.
Look, you got 10,000 things that you get invited to do every day,
Yes.
every week, every month, all over the world. Why would you even agree to do a deal like this?
Because it's bigger than just boxing. It's bigger than just boxing, and it's good to come out and tell your story to the world. And of course, you touch so many different people's lives, so I didn't mind being a part of that, letting people know my story, letting people know about how I made so many smart investments. It's not about what you do inside the square circle, it's what you do on the outside as well.
I changed the way I was thinking. I said, no matter when I get to this level of money, I need to still keep educating myself on what to do.
So how important is money? Like how much time should people be putting on getting it, keeping it, learning about how to multiply it? Like,
Well, of course, you should be learning on how to multiply it in all these other ways, but you have to learn exactly on whatever you're doing, how do you get and make more of it in what you're doing, not chasing this ball over here, something you love, something you do.
Let me tell you what, when you start planning on doing something, it's like anybody in this room who has a kid. It's never the right time to have a kid. You never have enough money, it's never the right time. But then you have a baby and it all works out, you make it work.
yeah.
It's the same thing with this. When you decide, life is very short, way too short to be miserable and get up and drive to a miserable job that you hate every day. It's just, life's too short for that. Get up and go out. As long as you know what you want to do, you wake up every day grinding and just working toward that goal.
So how did you know? Like, what's the first thing you do to start moving in the direction of that?
Vision. Just vision, just thinking of legacy. You know, for me, it's like, I can't just think about, I don't know what it was, and maybe it was, once again, that environment of people who were around me who instilled these ideas, these mantras in me to think bigger than what you can see. You know, and the access that you guys have in comparison to what we had in that time, I mean, I could have only say, you know, I may be the #1 artist in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I had to think outside of the box. How could if I'm gonna do this, how do I get to that audience that I saw Michael Jackson have in that stadium? That's what I want.
You're how old when this is going through your head?
I'm 8. Yeah.
Do you think people should be dreaming that big?
Yes. I mean,
your career has been 45 years.
Yeah, I started at 16. I'm 66. So, yeah, it's been a long time.
50. No, yeah. How do you do that? How do you keep remaking who you are?
Well, I think it's simple to some degree in that I've never done anything that I wasn't truly interested in or enthusiastic about. So I was honorable to my own feelings about any subject matter, whether it be acting, singing, dancing, or flying aircraft. I was just very true to my own feelings about those things. And I was willing to sacrifice if I didn't quite get exactly, in order to get what I wanted, I was willing to sacrifice suffering through being patient for what was the right thing to do. If that makes sense.
Are you like a businessman disguised as a comedian?
I'm heavy business.
You're heavy business.
I'm heavy business. Heavy business disguised with personality. The beauty of business, here's my intel about business, okay? Everybody assumes that business is just corporate. Everybody assumes that business means an office building and it means the structure that goes into said entity. That's not. Business has so many different levels to it. Business is selling Girl Scout cookies. Business is being a self-made chef that wants to put yourself in a position to cook for families. Business is being a teenager that wants to babysit. Business is understanding how to create something, own that, and make money from it. If you're doing that, you're running a business, from the simplest thing to the biggest thing, right?
It's good, man. It's good, man.
So,
take them to church.
So when you understand that, when you take these small things and you make these small things big things, your ideas start to grow as your businesses grow.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. People who get money, they say you've changed. But money don't change people. Money allows you to be more of who you really are. So here we go. If you're stingy, when you get a lot of money, you're gonna be more stingy. If you're generous, you get a lot of money, you be more generous. If you're an asshole, okay, excuse me, I shouldn't have said that. I can't. Okay, I'm in it now.
Baseball players spend their time here spitting.
Okay, let me just tell you this.
Grabbing themselves.
If you're an asshole before you get money, when you get a lot of money, you're gonna become a bigger asshole. That's what money does. It allows you to be more of who you really are. So if you're a genuine person, like many of you probably are, the money you make will allow you to change things, to help more people. The more people you help, the more God will do for you so you can help more people. That principle is in effect, and you gotta maintain that the whole time.
We get consistency is essential for success. It just is. When people ask me how I became, quote, the #1 leadership guru in the world, it's very simple. I've been doing it for 45 years. Consistency is huge. Now, here's what we got to understand. Consistency is not a sexy word. I mean, no one ever got excited about somebody saying, the thing I admire the most about you, Grant, is, oh my gosh, you're consistent. Well, you were hoping for charismatic, you were hoping for brilliant, you were hoping for, you got a whole bunch of adjectives, but consistent wasn't one of those.